exciting part of the show because right now, because we're in these great spaces, we're all so close together and I can mostly see you all. This is the part of the show where we'd like to open it up for any questions. If anyone has any questions for us about anything at all, about the process, something silly, something about our impeccable sense of style, I don't know, anything like that. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, please.
Where's the name come from?
Where does BadBadHats, the name, come from? Let me tell you. Are you familiar with the Madeline children's books?
Yes.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, so like yellow hats and a nun. They're like in France. It's like a boarding school. They're in 2 straight lines, lots of yellow hats. I used to read those books when I was young, and then one of the books in the series was called Madeline and the Bad Hat, and it's a reference to that. Yes. We never remember why we chose it, but that's where it's from. Yes. Yes, thank you. Does anyone else have a question? Yes, please.
What's your favorite song of yours?
What's my favorite of my own songs? That's a good question. Do you have an answer, Chris?
It's tough. It's hard to pick one.
Yes, because we've seen them from start to finish. Yeah. We've been through so much with them. I mean, I have a few favorites, and it probably like changes every once in a while. But I think being on this tour and playing the songs, "Nothing Gets Me High" has always been one of my favorite songs that I've written. I'm one of the ones I'm like prouder of. Yeah, I don't know, something about it. Like when I first wrote it, I sort of thought it would be sort of like I wrote it as like an emo vibe, and I remember saying I sent it a voicemail to my friend being like, look, I wrote this like emo like pop punk song, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know, there's something about this song that's like kind of fun, and then the studio, it just like really came together in a cool way, and the sort of like what's the best word for it, sort of like a moody energy. But yeah, it's always been one of my favorite, and I really enjoy singing the melody with Chris, so maybe that's my answer, though it'll probably change tomorrow.
Yeah. I think my favorites are on our new album, which we will maybe talk about a bit later, but
yeah,
that's always how it goes, always the new ones that you're really excited about.
Right, yes. But you don't know any of those songs yet. That's a little bit of a tricky answer, Chris.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. But yes, thank you for asking. Does someone else have a question? Yes, in the back.
Do you have any book recommendations?
Book recommendations. Yes, let's see. I read lots of mysteries. That's like always my go-to. When we have like a family like summer like beach house that we all go to, and my grandma's house, and she like collects Agatha Christie books, so those are always like my beach reads. So I love a mystery on the beach, and I just read a mystery called The Maid. I had never heard of it before, but I just like picked it up before a big trip, and before an international trip, and I was like super jet lagged, and like we were so tired, but we stayed up till like 6 p.m. We're like, that's pretty good. Like we tried our best. We made it to 6 p.m. and like we'll probably sleep like 14 hours and everything will be fine. And then I woke up like, oh my god, like what time is it? Like I've been out so long, and it's like only 9 p.m. and you're like, oh no. It's like the worst feeling ever. So I was up from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. just reading The Maid. So that's the best endorsement I can give it. But you've been reading some interesting stuff, Chris. What have you been reading?
I really like Sapiens. You know that one? It's kind of like a digestible history of humans.
Yep.
Which sounds intense, but it's pretty readable.
Yeah.
My favorite sci-fi is a book called Hyperion by Dan Simmons. Really like that.
It's
Yes.
3 books.
It is like, a huge thing, but the first one I think is cool.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Actually,
Find
also,
me later.
Actually, a book I just remembered that I just finished is a book called Major Labels, which is like a music history book that I really enjoy. And I think the guy who wrote it was like a New York Times music critic, and he kind of breaks up like the history of music into the main genres, so like rock and dance and hip hop and punk, and there are more that I'm forgetting. Country, of course. But it's really cool and it's nice. I kind of like that he sort of like kind of categorizes that way and kind of talks about how people are so have such an allegiance to like certain genres, and like, you know, how people are like I listen to everything but country, or like I only listen to country, and sort of about how we sort of like tie ourselves to certain musical genres as like part of like our own identities. But it's great. Would recommend it. Major labels. So yes, thank you.
A few questions.
Yes, please, yes.
So, what are your guys' favorite up-and-coming bands?
Favorite up-and-coming bands? A great question. I am obsessed with a song called Always by a band called Baby Girl. I think they're from Toronto, maybe. And I will say I only know that one song, but that song alone is enough to hook me and recommend them to everyone. There's someone named Rafaela, who I really love, also local to Minneapolis, who put out an EP that I really, really love. What else, Chris?
Yeah, one of our favorite bands is the Beths.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I mean, they're bigger than us probably.
I feel like
they're up and coming to
I feel
a lot
like
of people.
yeah, they're up in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't know the best, you have to check them out.
Yeah.
We just missed them. They were here 2 months ago.
I know we keep like being on
like
tour.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Which is very sad. But we'll find them again. We'll just have to go to New Zealand and see them.
The show you played with them was dynamite.
Thank you.
Probably the best show I've ever seen.
Oh, great. We love to hear it. Yeah, we were so lucky to get to play with them. Yeah, those are the ones that are coming to mind right now. But if I think of more, I'll tell you later. Yes. Yes. And you back there. Yes.
The sort of out-of-time guitar solo on Nothing Gets Me High.
Oh, yes.
Is that at all inspired by the out-of-time piano solo on Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hands?
Whoa. No.
It wasn't.
But
I'm intrigued now. Yeah.
I don't think I know that song.
It's like a 90s song. I think the band is Primitive Radio Gods.
Primitive Radio Gods. Okay, now I want to listen to it. But I will tell you the story of that solo is that we wrote the song and we had a moment. It was like, you know, sometimes you write a song and you're like, okay, and then here's where the guitar solo will go, blank, blah, blah, blah.
We'll do that later.
We'll do that later. So you like record the whole song and then you have this like moment and it's like, okay, like, and I'm a very like goal-oriented person. So I have lots of like boards and stuff in the studio where I like to check off the things. It makes me feel good inside to check off the things. We did this, we did this, we did this. Okay, it's like, okay, now it's time for the guitar solo. But of course our friend Brett, who's our producer, who's produced all of our records, he's a great like foil to me because he's like, let's just try something. I'm like, no. We don't need to try something. We just need to record the guitar solo. He's like, no, maybe we should just try something. So Brett's idea was he didn't want to do a traditional guitar solo. He had a tape machine, and he'd just been recording us like playing and noodling around and getting takes. And he was like, I bet I can find a piece of tape on my tape machine and just like chop it up and like make a loop, basically. And that's what he did. So it's like a loop and then the sped up version of the same loop on top of it is what is making the guitar solo. But it was just from like us like just going noodling around. So no one, it was already done. No one played it. We just went to the tape and said, oh, that's kind of cool, and plopped it on there. So yeah, that's what it is. It worked out.
And we didn't have to play guitar.
And we didn't have to play it, so it was already done. So it was kind of cool. I like that Brett's always been good about pushing us to do different stuff, and I think it has made BadBadHats sort of what it is. Is that us butting heads of going more pop traditional route and Brett's experimental route. So yes, but I will listen to that song, and I cannot wait. Does anyone else have a question? Yes.
All right, so you guys always close with "It Hurts."
Yes.
Is there a reason
Spoiler.
specifically why "It Hurts" is the closer?
I think the reason that It Hurts is is the closer is probably honestly basically just because like that was like our first like, for lack of a better word, hit. Like that was always the favorite song, and so like you want to end the set with like everyone's favorite song. But usually, you know, you put out more and more albums, there's like a new favorite song, and like the old favorite song gets like pushed to the wayside. But something about It Hurts, it just always felt like like a nice way to end, like very like buoyant and happy, and I don't know, and we just get to play like big open chords. So something about it always felt like a really nice way to finish off the set. And then we did it so many times that was always the closer. And now I'm kind of superstitious about not playing it last in the set. So
There's been like 2 shows where we didn't play.
yeah, and I feel really weird after it. But yes, take that information and do what you want with it. Also, I want to say we will be doing another question portion later in the set, just in case anyone's like, what the heck? I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. You'll have time to formulate a question if you didn't get to answer or ask one now. I'm going to start tuning up my guitar here for this next song. But does anyone have one final question for this segment? Yes. Oh, yes, here.
Okay, so a question about, it's gonna sound cheesy. How did you know when you found the one? And any advice for like a new couple who's contemplating?
Oh, the what? You mean like, okay. I thought you meant like this is the chorus for me. No. I will say, I know this isn't for everyone, but I honestly felt like the first time not the first time like we met, but like very early, like I told my friend, like within days of like us starting to date, I just know that that's like gonna be my person. And it felt kind of wild to say that to someone, but I really just did feel like it just felt like really like correct to be. It just felt like I was like, yeah, I don't know, I just feel like very comfortable around him, and like I don't know, it was very instantaneous for me. And oftentimes I just look at Chris and sing, I knew I loved you before I met you. And he's like, oh. That's really how I felt. But I know that is not for everyone. I don't know. I think I just got lucky. But for me, it was just a feeling.
Yeah. I don't know. We just have fun together all the time.
All the time.
And
We spend every waking moment together.
basically, yeah, it's true.
Basically, that's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I forget the second part of the question, but
Advice for like a couple contemplating.
oh, marriage. Yes, I don't know. Yes. Well, it's like I always think about that like Parks and Rec quote from like Leslie Knope, where she's like, "I love you, but I like you." Like there is like an element of like you have like a love for each other, but they're like an underlying like friendship and appreciation, like respect. I think is like really good. So yeah, I don't know. So
We don't really know.
we don't really know. We're not experts. But yeah, just follow your heart. But yes.